Hi everyone, welcome back to Vital Healing. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Dr. Candida Schwartz. I am a naturopathic doctor as well as an intuitive healer. Today, for my Thursday's episode, I am going to do something that's a little light and fun and playful. I've created a recipe that I'm going to share with you all that is a nutritious and delicious treat that is going to satisfy all of our inner children. I am going to be creating a cherry sorbet chocolate chip cookie sandwich. So, who is out there that doesn't want something like this? Come on. And what is so great about it is that it is gluten-free, it's egg-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free, and there is a vegan option. So who's out there and super excited for this recipe? Give me a like, give me a subscribe, make a comment below. Let me know that you're out there. All right, so I am of the strong opinion that we should be eating what is out in, what's like seasonal, like what's available seasonally. So right now, cherries are starting to become seasonally, like we're getting a harvest of cherries right now. I'm in a more northern climate, so we haven't seen the peak yet, but it's coming. So to demonstrate this, I'm actually using frozen organic cherries. Another reason why I've chosen cherries today is cherries are really great for aches and pains. They have this really great antioxidant effect with that beautiful blood red that kind of just helps purify and kind of repairs some of the oxidative stress and damage that our cells have endured, free radical damage. It's great for the immune system, great for the inflammatory markers. So it's really good for joint aches and pains because it helps to purify the joints and the tissue around it. So that is why this is like cherry juice is one of the number one things that I do in a treatment plan for somebody that struggles with gout, which is a very swollen, inflamed buildup of uric acid crystals in somebody's joint, causing a lot of pain. Cherry juice is a first line of defense that I do for prevention and treatment as part of the plan that I would offer them. But it's also, as you can see, it would be great for somebody with osteoporosis or osteoarthritis, just anybody that's having joint issues. I didn't mean to say osteoporosis, osteoarthritis. Okay, so the last reason I love cherries is that it's naturally high in melatonin, and melatonin helps us sleep. It's a natural part of our body, of our chemical makeup, and it helps us with our circadian rhythm, and it's very relaxing and helps us to sleep. So this is like a nice little treat that you could have, maybe even after dinner, and it will not only not hinder your sleep cycle, it might actually help your sleep cycle. Decreasing the aches and pains as well as bumping up your melatonin. Okay, so in this, I am going to add just a pinch of sea salt. You don't want too much salt in your sorbets because it might prevent it from freezing. And then I have my next ingredient that's also really great for anti-inflammatory, really helpful for any kind of antimicrobial properties, anti-inflammatory, really great for allergies, especially environmental one. And the secret ingredient is raw honey. And it's filled with minerals. Honey in general, whether it's the raw or the pasteurized, is really calming to the nervous system. If you're vegan, you might not have honey because it is from an animal. So you could substitute agave or maple syrup, rice syrup. I probably prefer the maple over all of those, just because it has so many great minerals. It's such a great, it's just a nice refined sugar that's unrefined and in its natural form. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so I have a third of a cup of this honey, and I just heated up a third of a cup of warm water, not hot, because I don't want to change the rawness, right? So I'm going to pour that into my blender and get all these good juices out. I hate wasting. And then this is another thing. It's a secret ingredient. It is not vegan, so you would omit this. But what it is it's gelatin. Gelatin is cooked collagen, and we know collagen's getting so much press right now. It's great for joints, it's great for skin, hair, nails, digestive health. There's a reason why you get Jell-O when you're not feeling good, because it's really nourishing to the body. It gives you a little extra protein. So this is 2/3 cup of that warm water, and then I put you could do about 2 teaspoons of the gelatin. You just want to make sure that it's grass-fed, organic, non-GMO. And again, I'm just gonna pop that in. So the other thing about gelatin is that it's a really great way to prevent the sorbet from having like that kind of icy or granular texture. You know, what I like is I like my sorbets to kind of feel like ice cream, right? Creamy and rich and delicious. Gelatin, for many different uses, can be very good to help the texture of various baked goods and soups and stews and ice creams and sorbet. And so that's optional. So if you don't want to add the gelatin, you don't, but you would put the 2/3 cup of water. And then another thing that I like to do with my ice creams and sorbets, especially because they're vegan, they're lower in fat, and I don't like to use the real sugar, like the white crystal sugar. I get really frustrated when it's like hard and icy and just like I'd like a nice creamy frozen treat. So one thing that you can do, alcohol doesn't freeze. If I put this bottle of amaretto in the freezer, I can drink it whenever I want. It's not gonna freeze. Amaretto, I'm Italian, so it's a treat. It's a treat liqueur that I love the flavor of, and it adds a nice almondy flavor to the cherry. Cherries and almonds are in the same family. So I'm gonna do a teaspoon of this. And again, if alcohol is an issue, do not do it. If you don't want, and there is a little bit of, regular sugar naturally in the amaretto. So if that's an issue, just do 2 teaspoons of vodka. And so I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of vodka and 1 teaspoon of amaretto, but you could do 2 teaspoons of amaretto or any other liqueur that you like. Frangelico would be really nice. Lots of really, a Grand Marnier would be really nice. Or you could do 2 teaspoons of a neutral liquor like vodka. And then I'm going to put a 1/2 teaspoon of real vanilla extract. And then I'm going to put 1/8 of a teaspoon of this delicious almond extract. How are you all doing? Let me know if you're still with me. And then I like to put bitters into my sorbets and ice cream. It's a little bit of alcohol, but we're just going to put a few drops. But bitters is very settling to the stomach. Bitter in general is very settling to the stomach. It helps with digestion. It helps process digestion. And it's really delicious with cherries and almonds and just everything, like think of an old fashioned or a Manhattan. It's just delicious. So I'm just going to do maybe 3 or 4 of those. And then I am going to spin all of this in my Vitamix. So it's going to be noisy here, everybody. And we're good to go. I am going to just taste it to make sure that my sweetness, I want it to be a little too sweet, which it is. The reason why is because If sorbet is too sweet, it is going to not harden and it's going to be slushy when you freeze it. If it's not sweet enough, it's going to be hard ice. Again, the alcohol and the gelatin are going to also be another part that's helping with the texture of the sorbet. I'm going to spin this, grab my cookies that are in the refrigerator getting ready. I'm going to spin this and be right back. Okay, I'm back. 15 minutes later, I'm back. And our sorbet is ready. And look at that. Look at that. Doesn't that kind of just like look like ice cream? Look at that. Delicious, 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 and nutritious. So, I made these cookies earlier today. The recipe is below. They are gluten-free, vegan. These are actually vegan, gluten-free, vegan, unrefined, sugar-free. Like they're refined sugar-free. So nutritious. They are packed with ground almonds, which are great for the skin, calming, magnesium, vitamin E, protein, fiber. There's oats, also really great for the skin, filled with minerals, fiber. There's olive oil, and okay. So, and almond butter that I made myself. Okay, so this is a little 1 tablespoon truffle scoop, and so I'm just going to do 1. And 2, just to make them good. Take another cookie and squish it. And then at this point, you could roll it in mini chocolate chips. You could do ground nuts. You could do a little combo. I have cocoa nibs, and I'm just going to roll. And I'm going to finish that up and then pop them in the freezer. And then I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. It's been about 3 hours, and they're finished. And I took them out. They're nice and set up and firm. I let them sit for about 4 minutes. The only thing I would say is maybe I would add a little bit extra sorbet, and I would maybe add a little bit more honey, maybe a tablespoon extra of honey. But they're so good. Like, I'm going to try one right now. I did a small batch of the cookies just for the purpose of this video, but I just wanted to show you. It's almost like creamy mousse. Again, this has been sitting out for maybe 5 minutes. Normally with these kinds of things, they need to be out for like 20 minutes, and they're really crystallized and hard. So I'm really happy with them overall. I would just add a little bit more sorbet in the middle, but delicious. So thank you so much for being here with me. And if you want more of my recipes, look down below. I have a blog with tons of recipes. I have all sorts of things to offer on my website. So you can sign up for my newsletter if you hop over to my website. And the recipe is at my website also. Thanks so much. Stay well. I have some really exciting stuff coming up for the next few videos. So every Thursday, check in. Subscribe, like, share, turn on that notification bell. Take good care. Thank you.